G'day all and welcome back to Freo Faithful. I'm going to try my best not to cough my way through this, but I hope you're all well. It's been a long time since I chatted with you all live. There were no teams last week. There were no fan cams for the game on Sunday. I apologise about that. But we're back and I'm going to try and find my way through this. I've been battling the flu for the past 2-3 weeks, so it's been a little bit difficult to keep Freo Faithful going. With Drew's, just battling away in Europe. What a tough life he lives. But I hope you're all well. Let's get into the teams because I'm quite happy about them. I think most of the fan base would be as well. So let me get them up on screen. God, this is going to be a struggle to get through. I tell you, the stream will be even harder to get through on Saturday night, the watch party, as well as the fan games. But hey, we're here. We're here for the community. Here we go. Here are the teams. 2 changes. Omac had a very good game on the weekend. He even got an appreciation post over on the Freo Faithful Instagram. I gave him a shout out in the podcast, but he's obviously going to be the man who makes way. Hayden Young out injured. Fifey is back. I watched the Peel game on Saturday. He played very limited game time, but far out. Every single one of his 28 disposals were absolute quality. So super happy with the return of Nathan Fyfe, who's been named on the bench, which makes me think he's certainly a sub candidate. God, it's going to be a struggle. Also coming in is our skip, Alex Pearce. His first game in 5 weeks since that Sydney game. He's only played 1 game in 9 weeks. So it's very, very good to see Moose back out there. And the key with Moose now is continuity. We absolutely need Alex Pearce on the park for the rest of the season. Like, Omac can absolutely do a job for us. But I think it was Michael Johnson who missed the first final. I want to say Michael Johnson missed the qualifying final in Geelong in 2013. And we had him back for the prelim in the grand final. And it was Zach Dawson that filled the void in the first week. It's like max out Zach Dawson. Zach Dawson always came in. He's a bit of a cult figure in our fan base, but he did his job quite well whenever he did come in. I think Omac's very similar to that. But we do want that superstar fullback out there. That's exactly what Alex Pearce is. Apologies for my sickness. I'm not sure how many times I need to say sorry. But there is the 23. Ryan Cox Pearce, Chapman Water Clark, O'Meara Bolton O'Driscoll, Swikowski Voss Reed, Frederick Tracy Amos, Jackson Sarong Brayshaw, Dudley Darcy, Fyfe, Erasmus, Banfield. So one of Fyfe and Erasmus is going to cop a full game, which is interesting. I think Raz will be rewarded for his efforts against Carlton. I think he had a really good game, to be honest, Raz. Like, I don't think it, was league stopping. I don't think it was show stopping. I've heard some people speaking about Neil Erasmus's game on Sunday like he was playing like prime Fyfe. But he certainly just dug in and he did what was required. So I think he'll be rewarded for, having to come on a sub early and adapt to the game straight away. And I think he did that really well. He'll be rewarded with a full game, I think. I very much doubt there'll be anyone else that's sub than Nathan Fyfe. I think Duds will keep his spot in the 22. Obviously had a really strong 4th quarter and a strong game overall, I'd say, against the Blues. And then Banfield's our defensive rotation, and Darcy is obviously not going to be sub. So, I think it will be Fyfe. If Fyfe does cop a full game and they give the vest to Raz, it would be very interesting, but it will be Fyfe. I think you can probably lock that in. Brandon Walker, Jeremy Sharp, Oscar McDonald named as the emergencies. I'm not sure who's the travelling emergency. I'd imagine Omac, given his versatility. But yeah, it's, Will Brody's been pushed out of the emergencies to many fans' detriment. Here is the Port Adelaide team. They've made 4 changes. So Jace Burgoyne is out injured, which is a massive loss for them. Jack Whitlock, Hugh Jackson, and Dylan Williams have been omitted. Coming in, Connor Ozee, Jack Lukosius, Willie Rioli, Christian Moraes. Now, on paper, as a neutral, they look like really good ins. And I still think they are good ins. But I've seen the Port Adelaide comment section. I'm not sure if the whole fan base is just angry for the sake of being angry at the moment, but far out. They were not over the moon with the changes. Connor Ozee is obviously a given. He's their captain. He was a laid out last week. So, he's a very welcome addition to that back line. Jack Lukosius straight in for Jack Whitlock. I think Lukosius was a test going into this game and ended up getting him up. Willie Rioli's been spending a few weeks in the SANFL. I'm not sure why. I just don't think he's been able to break into the team. So we look at the ins and we think, geez, Willie Rioli's in. That being said, if he's been playing SANFL football and not being able to crack into a team that's losing by 80 each week, he can't be in that good a form. And the Port fans aren't over the moon with the inclusion. So, yeah, look, Willie, we know is his talent at his peak, but it's not as scary as some might think. And Christian Moraes also comes in. He's played some decent footy this season, Moraes, but it's a bit stiff on some of the young lads. Like Jack Whitlock played one game down in Geelong, but pumped by 80, then kicked out. Hugh Jackson, Dylan Williams, promising young players. So, yeah, some interesting changes for Port, but I think Lukosius and Rosie sort of right themselves. Also, I thought Logan Evans would be back into the team. I thought he was out just due to illness, but interesting. So Logan Evans, quite an important part of the Port Adelaide backline, and he's not there. I just realised. Interesting. Anyway, here is the 23. My word. Farrell, Zerk Thatcher, Sin, Rosie, Aaliyah Jones, Berry, Drew, Liddy, Burn Jones, Lukosius, Boak, McKenty, Georgiades, Richards, Sweet Wines, Butters, Rioli, Moraes, Lorenz, Lord, Mead, Whitlock, McKinlay, and Finlayson as the emergencies. I've never heard of Ewan McKinlay in my life. I'm sure he's a great young footballer. What have I gained out of this? Well, Willem Drew will likely... I'm not sure if he'll hard tag, because I think Drew tried to hard tag Sarong last time. It didn't really work. I'm not really sure if Drew can go with him. So I think it'll just be a body at a contest. It'll just be a bare minimum tag, really. We obviously don't have Wagner, who did a really good job on Butters earlier this year. O'Shea Mullen shut Butters to 10 touches last week. I'm not expecting the same thing, but I think, in fact, I know that Jager O'Meara will go to Zach Butters. That feels like a pretty obvious tag. I'm not sure if O'Meara will start in the middle of the ground on him. He might just go to him at stoppages and whatnot, but yeah, I'm expecting O'Meara to give Zach Butters some attention. In terms of their backline, I think Zach was speaking about it on the pod. They're quite well balanced. They've actually got 3 genuine key backs to go with our 3 forwards. You know, Zerk Thatcher, Aaliyah, and who's their third one? We spoke about this. Josh Sin's not a key back, is he? He's 187. Maybe he is. Hey, I don't know. Anyway, I think Aaliyah will probably cop Tracy. Zerk Thatcher will probably cop a Voss, and maybe Lockie Jones to an Amos. Josh Sin to an Amos. But can Lockie Jones really play key back? Has he been doing that for Port? I can't say I'm an avid Port Adelaide viewer. He's 186. That's my height, and I'll be honest, I don't feel like I could go on an AFL field and play a key position role. So I think we're cutting it a bit thin if Lockie Jones is playing on a giant Amos for a Pat Voss, but we'll see, I guess. I thought about 3 genuine key defenders. Who have they taken out? Oh, hey, I'm baffled. But it doesn't look like much chop. Like, Connor Rosie's not overly defensively accountable. He's just more of a rebounder and a ball accumulator. God. Kane Farrell, not overly accountable. He's, again, more of a rebounder. So, yeah, hopefully our smalls are the guys that get to work. Hopefully it's a day for Switter and Murph and Freddie and Duds to get to work. Even Shay, who it feels like Shay's due a big game. Like, leading into finals, I've had a look. Basically, if we win this, we lock ourselves in finals. Not mathematically, but chances are we will play finals if we win this game. Like 99%. which is it's a big thing to win. But it's also a big thing to get our stars in form. Like, Shea Bolton has not had a big game in a while. I'd almost say the Giants game was his last big game. We need Shea to have a big one in the lead into finals. We need him to hit some form because he's one of those guys that can win you any game on any given day, and especially on a big occasion. So we need Shea to start hitting some form. Hopefully this is the sort of day, because I'm looking at their small defenders. Rosie, Farrell, not overly accountable. One of Sin and Jones are going to have to play a key role. So, yeah, it's concerning, certainly, for Port Adelaide. Their forward line, Georgiades is a concern for us. He is in ripping form. He's either second or third in the Coleman He's having an unbelievable year. It's sort of going under the radar, but like every time I watch Port, it feels like Georgiades is bodying out his opponent and kicking bags. And then all of a sudden, the Coleman medal race came up on the TV the other day, and he was second or third. So I guess he's having a fantastic year. Every time you watch Port, he's very noticeable. So yeah, he's someone we're gonna have to take care of. I can nearly guarantee it'll be Brennan Cox who cops Georgiades, and Coxie's been doing a good job all year on these sorts of forwards. But in a Port team which aren't getting a lot out of their forward line, if Cox can hold Georgiades to only 2 goals, like I think Georgiades will have to kick 5 or 6 to give him a chance. Really, like I don't want to be arrogant. Like we've never been in Port, or we haven't been in Port in Adelaide since 2012, so never at the Adelaide Oval. I don't want to be arrogant, but really, if Cox can limit Georgiades, then how are they scoring their goals? Jack Lukosius isn't really getting much continuity with his football. We know his talent, but yeah, if Pearce gets Lukosius, Cox to Georgiades, and if we can shut those out, then look, their forward line isn't that much chop. Burne-Jones, McKenzie, and Joe Richards. I do just want to mention Joe Richards had a really big game against us when he played for Collingwood last year. So he likes playing against us, I guess. But yeah, the forward line's not much chop, I'll be honest. It's funny, Joe Berry, I don't think he played earlier this year, but Port Adelaide traded up above us to take Joe Berry in the draft. We were going to take Joe Berry. We were absolutely locked on him, and Port Adelaide traded above to get him. And then we ended up getting Murphy Reid, the pick behind. So very, very funny that Port Adelaide did that. I hope Joe Berry has a stinker. And I hope Murphy Reid kicks 5 just to show what a silly draft blunder that was. What else is there? There isn't much. I mean, their smalls aren't much chop. I think Carl Warner will probably get McKenzie. Maybe he's their most dangerous forward. I'm not sure how much like half forward Travis Boak actually plays. Like I'm going to assume he pushes into stoppage, sometimes starts on the wing. I'm going to assume that's Boak's role, but I can't be for certain. In terms of their sub, God, it could be anyone. Rioli, Moraes, Lorenz, Lord, Mead. I guess Ollie Lord will play key forward, so we've got to take care of him. That'll probably be a Luke Ryan job. But yeah, it's, there's not much going on there for Port. On paper, like especially given their results in the last few weeks, I know it's not something we do, that we've got to put them to the sword because Port Adelaide are like so right for the picking in terms of a big win. I think we've just got to go and get him, put the knife in them. And it's easier said than done because we've been up for so long and it's so difficult to keep this form. Like if we win this, we've won 10 and 11. Like it would be ridiculous. But, it's hard to stay up for long. But if we want to be the good team we think we are, then we've just got to keep on winning, and especially at this time of year. Righto. Let's get into comments before I cough myself to hospital. Jesus, I'm so sorry. I couldn't not go live again. I skipped the fan cams and the teams last week, and I thought, what, I'm gonna have to battle through my illness. Good to see a new stream. Oh, thanks, mate. I'm gonna start from the top of the comments, by the way. So get all your comments in, and I'll get to your comment in a few minutes. Can't get over these Will Brody supporters that actually annoy me. Oh, Wizard. I said, as I mentioned, I watched Peel on Saturday, and I quite liked Wizard's game. And I always just think if Caleb Serong gets injured, touch wood, he doesn't. But if Caleb Serong gets injured, I actually think Will Brody would be my first choice to come in. But that is the only situation because I don't want to disrespect Caleb, but they sort of are like for like. I actually think he would come in if Caleb got injured, but yeah, it's not a world we want to be thinking about. Did Wagner pull up Sura? They're still resting him. He's playing Waffle, I believe. Yeah. Great to see Pearce back, but the selection squeeze really hurts, especially after how well McDonald's been playing. Yeah, we've loved Omac's service the past few weeks. But yeah, it's just the result of, I guess, having squad depth, which it's something we've not had for 10 years. So the fact we've actually got it now is, good players that are playing well having to leave the team as a result of better players coming in. It's a luxury we've got. And that Fife Willen should give us that leadership and calm presence to the other Freo Dockers players. Absolutely. Yeah, thoughts on Fife returning. I'm over the moon with Fife here returning. He's just so clean with ball in hand and just the big body in there. People are still intimidated by him and he throws his weight around. Like, if we can just get a few more weeks out of him, because this is absolutely his last season of AFL football. Number one, cherish every minute you see Nat Fife playing for Fremantle because you'll miss it when it's gone. Trust me. And number two, he actually still provides great value to the team. Like especially with no Johnson, no Young. That big body's so valuable, whether it's as sub or in a starting position. Yeah, I'm really happy with Fifey being back in the team. Sorry. I'm in all sorts. Was trying. I don't know. But in all seriousness, it seems like a very good team. Hopefully, we don't get let down on Saturday. Let's hope so. Fingers crossed. You want to chat with Noah? Well, get your questions in chat then, mate, and I'll read them out. Please stop trailing at 3/4 time. My heart can't take it anymore. Glad we keep getting the 4 points, but it's not a good habit. Yeah, it'd be nice if we're not trailing at 3/4 time against a really lackluster Port Adelaide outfit. It'd be really nice. But hey, we can't promise anything. At this point, we intentionally trail at 3/4 time and go and win by 50. It's a really uncanny way of doing it. But hey, if we win, we win. Make me sound like a horrible person for slandering Omac's disposals and comparing him to Zach Dawson. Yeah. It's a really niche thing. I found the I was looking through my bedroom the other day and I found the 2013 Docker annual. I'm like, oh, I'll have a little bit of a read of this. And I got to the stats column for the 2013 season. And in disposal efficiency, I think Zach Dawson was like top 3 or top 5. And it just makes you think maybe he didn't butcher the ball as much as we remember him doing. Oh, it's funny. Who are you tipping for tonight? I'm tipping Collingwood. A lot of Freo fans are hoping Collingwood win just to like lock us into finals. But I'm thinking if Collingwood lose tonight and then they lose away to Adelaide in a few weeks, then we could overtake them. But maybe I'm gambling on too much happening there. Houston and Alira are good. Well, I hate to break it to you, but Dan Houston plays for Collingwood. So it doesn't really matter if Dan Houston's good or not. And he's actually not that good anymore. Hate to say it. Luke Ryan's 186 centimeters. Yeah, he is, isn't he? It's funny because Luke Ryan's not really a key position player. He just tends to play a key position role for us. But he can play smaller and taller. So he's one of those hybrids of Luke Ryan. I wouldn't necessarily call him a full-time key back. Yeah, interesting. I'm going to be the game Saturday night at the Adelaide Oval. Have fun, Liam. Asava I referred to without doing my Port Adelaide injury list check. When did you mention Asava? Lockie Jones can play tall, played on Jezza. Okay, yeah, well, I didn't watch that game last week, so I'm happy you did. Murph and Shea are due massive games. I don't think, maybe Murph is, maybe. Actually, the last time he kicked 4 was against Port. He's kicked 4 twice this season, against the Cats and against the Power. Maybe he kicks another 4. Murph loves playing him. I feel like Shea's the one that's due a big one. If we end up getting let down this weekend, what do you expect from the media next week, like Caroline on 360? Well, if we get let down this weekend, then we absolutely deserve the media shitstorm that will happen. Because we shouldn't be losing to Port Adelaide in their current state. Like people are calling this a danger game, and I agree with them. But if we're not taking the piss here, we absolutely should win this game. And there's no excuses. Thoughts on David King's view of Longmuir? To be honest, I don't think David King's is that bad. I think it gets blown up so much. Like, I've always really liked David King on Fox. Like, First Crack's my favourite show on Fox Footy. But I have found that ever since JL made those Bahamas comments, David King's been so just pessimistic on Freo. Like, we've won 9 of our past 10 of 11, whatever. Like, David, you can loosen up a little bit. But in the grand scheme of things, I think he's all right. Murphy ready for the Rising Star? Yeah, hopefully. I usually wait for the Freo teams to come out or the teams for Thursday game to come out to do them. Oh, you're talking about tips. I don't want to sound like I'm joking, but Brody when I'm actually not sure if you are joking, because if you're still like, we've won 10. I'm not sure how many times I mentioned it. We've won 10 games in 11. We've got Caleb Strong, Andrew Brayshaw, Shea Bolton, Nat Fyfe in the midfield, and you still want a waffle level midfielder. Like, I don't hate Wiz. Like, he gave us a great year in 2022, but he's not a world beater. He's not going to win a Brownlow. Like, there doesn't have to be this much obsession. We aren't dropping Caleb Sarong. Well, I'm sorry, we're not dropping Caleb Sarong. So we're going to have to deal with it. Omac the perfect. I'm so gone. Omac is the perfect versatile sub. He can play back and forward. Good performances should be rewarded. Stop prioritising injury players. Well, I think Fifey's great value too. And I think Fifey's almost better value going towards the end of the season as a substitute, and like the experienced head, and especially the big body, without Youngie and without Jono in the middle of the ground. I think we absolutely need Fife in this team. But I agree. Like, I think Omac brings so much. So you've got to squeeze someone out. Like, this is what the team stream's about, to have discussions about the team. But someone's always going to have to miss out. As much as I'd love to see Omac in the team, there's not a place for everyone. Like, we can't pick 25 players to play. I didn't see touch wood when you said it. Well, I did. My desk isn't wooden, but it's close enough. It's like I'm not even sure what material this is. It's like a black timber. That wouldn't make sense. How am I feeling? Shit, but we're making it through. Sort of. Hamling was shit with Freo and barely got game time. Happy he's thriving at Sydney. Is he thriving? I don't think he's playing week in, week out. And he's been playing at full forward, and he's been awful. So, hey, Joel Hamling's a nice bloke, but I don't think he is thriving. Oh, I'm going to die. I actually might. I might get hospitalised live on the stream. To be honest, I'm way more confident trailing under 2 goals at 3/4 time. We seem to come harder. I'd rather be up by 50 at 3/4 time, I'll be honest. Asava was the third key tool. Okay, there you go. That's why my mind is blanking. Just bring the heat. Exactly right. I don't want to see that Carlton first half this Saturday. Ideally not. I expect Port to come out with everything they got, given it's Hinkley and Boak's last rounds. Well, Hinkley and Boak still have a few more weeks. I'm actually not that scared about that. And I think I watched Ken Hinkley's presser during the week, and he said that the emotion of a farewell game isn't actually that strong. It dwindles down after like 5 minutes. So I don't think that'll be a factor. And given it's not even his farewell game, it's really not going to make a difference. Do you have illness? Well, do you have illness makes it seem like I'm going to die, but no, I've just got the flu. Port themselves with injuries to key players and have had struggling form this season. And also Fremantle's record, Adelaide hasn't been great. That's going to change. Yeah, I think we are going to win. I feel like you've been sick for 3 weeks. I actually have been sick for 3 weeks. Thank you, mate. Appreciate it. All right. Well, I'm gonna duck off now. Been on for half an hour. Just to recap, we've made 2 changes. Oscar McDonald omitted, Hayden Young injured, coming in. Alex Pearce, Nat Fyfe. 2 pretty bloody good changes. I'm pretty happy. It's not ideal that we've lost Hayden Young, obviously, but from all reports, he'll be back before the end of the home and away season. So get well soon, Youngie. Hope to see you back out there by hopefully the Bulldogs game. Maybe even the Brisbane game if we're lucky. He's out running again. Port have made 4 changes. Burgoyne's injured. Whitlock, Jackson, and Williams all admitted. Coming in, Rosie, Lukosius, Rioli, and Moraes. Thank you all for watching. Up the Dockers, and I'll see you next time. Also, what else? Gee, I'm completely out of the loop, aren't I? Watch party. Saturday night, Port Freo. Come join the community. Last time we did a watch party was the Collingwood game, and that was absolute limbs. So if you want to come watch the game with us again, join us Saturday night. And the fan cams will also be back on Saturday night. They'll be gone pretty late as well, given it's a night game. So join us there. I'll see you Saturday night. Up the Dockers.